Beckett with MD Alignment Services. We're going to make a series of videos on tire wear and handling issues on medium and heavy duty trucks. The information contained in it is going to be basically my opinion and my experience, and the experience of our customers that have fed back to us. You're free to agree or disagree with this as it goes along, but these will be my opinions and we'll list what we think works. I hope you enjoy. This particular video is going to be an introduction to the entire process. I want to give you an overall view of what we're going to be talking about, what you can expect. Alignment, a lot of times, is treated as a very complicated subject, a mystery wrapped in an enigma. They talk about toe, caster, camber, kingpin inclination, turning angles, toe out on turn, scrub angles, thrust, off center, trailer alignment, fifth wheel pin placement, and fifth wheel placement. There's a lot of computerized measurements and degrees of angle and millimeters per meter, and can you even read a tape measure? We're going to try and go over as much of that as we can and explain what this means when they're talking about this and what that means when they're talking about that, so you can kind of compare, have some overall idea of what's really going on. As far as alignment is really concerned, there's two major concerns. One is tire wear. You can have feathered wear. You can have cupping wear. Those are two general categories, but underneath each one of them, you can have sharp feathered wear or lumpy feathered wear. You can have feathered wear as a result of the toe being wrong or the drive axle being wrong or the trailer being out of alignment. You can have feathered wear because the toe that's developed when you're turning corners is wrong, or some people say it's because you're turning too much or turning too fast, or you turn right all the time and that's causing this particular wear pattern or that one. Cupping wear can be cupped on the edge of the tire, or in the middle of the tire, or across the tire, or straight across the tire, diagonally across the tire, or intermittently around the tire. The numbers of descriptions boggle the mind, and as you change from one brand of tire and one tread design to another, the patterns seem to change. There's a lot of mechanical components that are worried about in alignment because they can affect the way the tire's being held in place. When's a kingpin bad? When's it good? How about a tie rod end joint, or a wheel bearing, or a spring shackle or a spring pin, or the leaf spring itself? How about the airbags in the back, or the shock absorbers, or the tracking arms, the tracking arm bushings? It is one style of suspension or design better than another in a particular situation? Do you have different concerns when you're running on the highway or off the highway? Does a liquid load cause a different problem than a stable dry load? How about handling? Right pull, left pull, vibration, shimmy in the steering wheel. Is that the same thing as a vibration, or is it something else? What if it shakes in the seat, in the bump, but not in the steering wheel? What does that mean? How about road wander? The vehicle tends to be light and floaty. What could cause that? We're going to try and deal with as much of this different stuff as we can and try to make it a little clearer to you. This is not going to be engineer talk. This is going to be mechanic talk, because that's what I am. And I don't pretend to tell you that we're going to be able to fix every single problem you run into. It's always been my goal to be able to fix 95 to 98% of what comes up in front of me. And usually we can do that. The others will work at, and sometimes we figure out what it is, and once in a while I've thrown my hands up and said, buy another truck, or live with it. Because it's always, what's it going to cost me versus what's it going to save me, and is it worth even bothering with? So this should be an adventure, and it's going to take time to do. We want each one of these videos to run somewhere between 15 minutes at the shortest. They might get up to 40 minutes, but 30 minutes is what we're shooting for. Try to cover as much as we can in that time and make it make sense. And give you an opportunity to learn. And give us an opportunity to share the information with you more concisely than we can by talking to you over the phone. We're going to do remote video shots out on shop floors showing you what people are doing when we're talking about it. We're going to try and get pictures of particular tire wear patterns that mean something. Have something that you can look at while we're talking so it kind of makes sense to you. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to spend some time at it. And if you have comments or feedback you'd like to give us, you can always email us at Mike_Beckett@mdline.com. And we'll always be glad to take your feedback and use it to help us do a better job. Thank you very much.